Hello everyone, this is Vanshika Tainwala, legal intern in the Lexis and Company for the month of June, and today in this video I will be talking about the topic government contracts. I will be talking about the government contracts under the Indian Contract Act and under the Indian Constitution. So basically, to carry out the various business activities, the contract has become an essential part because under contracts the rights and obligations of all the parties involved in the transaction are provided, and in case of any breach of contract the remedy can be availed from the courts directly. So the government of India, both at the central and at the state level, can also make several contracts because government also runs the public companies and carries out various functions. While an ordinary contract is governed by the Indian Contract Act 1872, but in case of the government provisions, some additional provisions have been provided under the Indian Constitution. Thus, the formation of a government contract is done in a different manner as considered to an ordinary contract. So, the meaning of contract is provided under Section 2H of the Indian Contract Act 1872, which defines contract as an agreement which is enforceable by law. Thus, when an agreement is not against the provisions of the law, it is a contract. So, basically, the government contract, as the name suggests, the government contract is a contract in which one of the parties is the government. The state as well as the central government may be the party in the government contract. So all the government contracts are made in the form of in the name of the President of the India. So talking about the position in India, the contracts can be entered in an implied or as well as an express agreement. But in case of government contracts, the provisions of the Indian Constitution are specifically enumerated in Article 299, which has to be followed, and formalities which are required have to be fulfilled in the formation of such contracts. So formation of government contracts are provided under Article 298 of the Indian Constitution, wherein the power of the union and the state government to carry out any trade or business has been provided. For the formation of the government contract, the requirements under Article 299 has to be fulfilled, and if they fulfill the contract can be enforced against the government. So as per Article 299, the contracts which are made under the executive power of the union or the state should be named in the name of the president or the governor respectively. President in case of the central government and governor in case of the state government of that concerned state. If a contract is not made under the president's name or the governor's name, such a contract will not be considered as a government contract. Further, all the terms of the contract should be enforced on their behalf, a person who has been authorized to do such act on their behalf. So under Article 299 Clause 2 of the Indian Constitution, the President or Governor cannot be held personally liable for such non-performance of the contract. Thus, they are immune to any personal liability for the breach of contract because the contract is made in their name only, but they do not perform the contract, but they do not themselves perform the contract. So there was a case of Seth Bhikaraj Jaipuria versus Union of India, wherein the Supreme Court observed that the government contract shall be made by a formal written contract. The court have also held that these formalities under Article 299, these are of mandatory nature and they cannot be skipped by the contracting parties. So if there is any contravention of these provisions, then the contract will be nullified. It will not be enforceable against the government. So these provisions have been made to safeguard the government against fake contracts which may be made on their behalf to defraud the people, and this is the reason why implied contracts do not have any scope in case of the government contracts. Also, in the case of KP Chaudhary versus State of MP, the Supreme Court held that in view of Article 299, a government contract cannot be created impliedly and there must be a formal express agreement. In case a person enters into a contract with government, neither he nor the government will be able to enforce such a contract in the court of law. So the contractual liability under the government contract, the liability will be same as of a normal contract under the Indian Contract Act. Thus, a person can sue the government for the breach of contract and may be awarded damages by the court. The courts have also held that in case the government has derived any benefit from a person by an agreement who does not fulfill the requirement under 299, the government will be held liable for compensating the other party under Section 70 of the Contract Act, and such a contract will be deemed to be a quasi-contract to the extent the government gets benefit. So this has been provided in order to protect the innocent from suffering the loss. Also under Article 7, under Section 70 of the Indian Contract Act, three conditions have been provided. Firstly, a person should do something lawful for another, or he should deliver something to other person. Secondly, he should do an act without the intention of doing it gratuitously. Thirdly, the person from whom such an act has been done or something has been delivered should enjoy the benefit from such act or delivery. So similarly, if a person derives any benefit, it does not affect the binding character of section 7 of 299, and under section 70 a part cannot sue for specific performance of the contract. So this was the whole concept of the government contract, whereas the government is not bound to enter into a contract with anyone, but where it enters one, it has to be done in a fair manner without any prejudice, and such a contract is subject to the judicial review power of the judiciary. So this was the whole concept of the government contracts and their validity under the Indian Constitution and under the Indian Contracts Act 1872. Hope you understood this concept of government contract. Please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel for more videos. Thank you and have a nice day.